G'day there, ladies and ladies, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play or Challenge series, where I'm only using Ladybug and Ledisman for Pokemon Crystal. This episode is going to be a bit of a slow one, I think, as we are going to get some more Ladybug and train them up to level 5. We'll see how we go. So basically, last time we, got Pokeballs, got the Pokedex, we were able to catch our first Ladybug, Bree. The kind of intent is in the name of it, but it's whatever. But as you can see, we are level 3, and this is really pitiful damage. Like, this is gonna take a while. I was thinking, like, maybe I could skip this or record more, but, like, fast forward it for you guys. It's really up to you. I don't mind doing this. It is going to take a bit, but if you're enjoying the series, then it's up to you, really. We could always take this opportunity to just talk about random topics. Anything you guys want to talk about in the comment section. When we get around to a grinding session, which there will be a lot. Not gonna lie. Ladybug and Ladian aren't the best Pokemon. And so we're going to need to have some grinding sessions for a fair bit. Luckily, Ladybug and Ladian are in, like, the fast category, I think. Maybe very fast, but in any case, it shouldn't take too much experience per level up for when we do grind. But we are planning on having 5 of them, so it's going to take a bit. It's probably better if I switch out to level up this way. I know that Totodile isn't a lady, obviously, but when it comes to grinding, I think, it's fine, like, I don't think we need to get too caught up in the details. It's mostly for the, like, trainer battles and gym lead battles, things like that. I'll be using only Ladian. I don't think there'll be a point where I need to have a HM Pokemon. Not for major battles, but maybe trainer battles in some areas I might need a HM slave for, like, a surf or waterfall to progress. So it is going to be on our team, but it isn't going to be part of the team. If that makes sense. Here we got a Hobbit. At this stage of the game, they can only learn the move Splash, and I think level 5 it learns Synthesis. In any case, it can't really deal damage to us unless it runs out of PP, so this is effectively free experience, but look at this damage, man. It isn't going to get much better until we get some TMs. I honestly don't know what they were kind of thinking of this Pokemon. Just kind of weak all around. So while this is kind of happening, I guess we can start a conversation. So, how's it going? Maybe I'll introduce myself a bit more. So, I'm the Ledisman, or Ledisman for short. You can call me Lay if you want, I don't mind. I'm Australian, in case you couldn't tell from the g'day. And yeah, all that. I grew up with Nintendo consoles. Not all of them, obviously, but a fair amount. And also PlayStation. So if you guys have any questions about, like, favourite games throughout my, like, growing up, you can definitely ask it. Like, again, this is this is really like a whatever kind of episode. Like, yeah. Do you want me to skip these like leveling sessions, or do you want to just kind of have like a communication, so to speak? You know, like, because part of the reason I'm doing this YouTube is I'm not doing it for money or fame. I'm doing it because I kind of wanted to. I develop a new hobby, express some ideas, and maybe do some challenge playthroughs such as this. You know, it's mostly about like trying to develop like a small sense of community, so to speak. Like, if I had to choose between being... we gotta think of a name. It was female, so... Sure. Chloe. It's not the best name, but it's something. First kind of female name I thought of, really. I do have other names in mind, kind of based on their function, but this is gonna take a bit. So yeah, if I had to choose between like having a lot of subscribers or not many, I'd probably pick the lower amount. I mean, I wouldn't mind having larger, that's for sure, but personally it feels easier to connect with people when there's small numbers. And so, like, yeah, you know, with these videos, I want to kind of, yeah, develop some theories, have some conversations, you know, change my opinions, change your opinions, really kind of interact that way, you know? It's a nice little sentiment to have. And, I mean, I'm not much of a chatty person, as you can probably tell. So maybe these sections aren't that great, but, you know, if you guys have topics that you want me to cover, such as Pokemon, like instead of Pokemon, or the games, any... no, Ladybug, yay. Any Pokemon spin-off games you want back, do you want me to talk about just Nintendo or gaming as a whole? I probably won't divulge too much information about myself. Maybe not for a fair bit. So if you're asking, like, you know, what's your favourite colour or favourite food, I mean, I could tell you, but maybe later. I don't know. It's nothing too major either way, but, you know, as long as you're not asking where I live. That's the main thing, eh? Or who am I? Doesn't really matter who I am, really. Alright, so this one, I'm thinking, since we're going with, like, Confusion, well, Supersonic and potentially Saga, this one's gonna be Fusey. Now, should I go with S or Z? I like that one more. You know, like, you can ask me, like, what's my favourite Pokemon gen, for example. Answer Mace Rossi? No, Ladybug. I swear, like, the Ladybug are only in this area. I don't know if that's actually true, like, if Pokemon are spawned in certain patches of grass, or if it's spread out through the entire route. But it always feels like Ladybug is in this kind of section of this route. Like, if you think that this is particularly boring, then there's definitely going to be a lot of episodes like this. Like, pretty much a lot of the time we're gonna be needing to grind. I don't think there's any easy points for this Pokemon. Right, we've got a first male, so I'm going to reveal his name. I've been thinking about it for a bit, and I want to go with Teeny. His role will be a team player, for one, but also he'll be using Double Team and Baton Pass. I know that Double Team isn't the most enjoyable experience, but in terms of powerful Alien, it's kind of the biggest thing I've got. Like, one of the biggest things. Which is... it's rough. But let's go heal him up and continue to grind. I'm hoping to get them all to level 5 today. But we'll see how we go. But you know, if you are here for the just pure challenge part of it, then you can kind of skip these training episodes. Like, it'll probably be in the title of the video, like, hey, we're battling the first gym. That's probably where you're gonna show up. But you know, I don't mind. If you're here for the long haul, then that's cool as well. What I'm trying to do here is get the level 3 ladder together so that we can compare the stats and see what it's like. Okay, not much difference, but it looks like Fusey and Koi have a bit more special attack than Teeny. It isn't much, but you know, it means that we can put some of the special attacking moves onto Koi and Fusey, for example. Every little point accounts for something. But the difference between Totodile attacking and Ladybug attacking is just night and day, really. It's really rough. And like, we're gonna take... It's gonna take 18 level... Well, level 18 is when Ladybug evolves. And we don't even get that much powerful. So then you're probably wondering, like, why am I doing this? Like, why would someone do this if it's going to take this long and you need a full team and you don't even feel powerful? Well, because I like the design of Ladian. I think it's like one of the cooler Pokemon designs. Probably not my favourite, but I enjoy it. And I also just want to prove to you how weak it is, really. To see how much of a blunder it was from Game Freak to design this Pokemon. And like, how... And, you know, maybe there's people out there that... well, you know... Let me collect my thoughts. I know that there's people out there that do challenge videos of, you know, only one Pokemon, and... Maybe they've done Lydian, maybe they haven't, but at least these videos will help prove to people that are thinking about this challenge that it's kind of rough. I definitely don't think you could do this within the level cap. Like the gym leader's strongest Pokemon level. And single Ladybug or Ladian. Maybe you could, but it would be really rough. I feel like you'll need to overlevel or have more Ladybug to really attempt it. It's probably actually impossible, given its stats. It would have to like... What, like Thunder Punch or Ice Punch or Confusion. Hope for them to just have infinite lock, rather. Maybe Headbutt for flinching chance. It wouldn't be pleasant, that's for sure. And you probably like run out of PP before you even take out a team. So, needless to say, this is definitely going to be a long series. But you know, let's take this opportunity to get to know one another. It's probably going to be you guys knowing more about me than me knowing about you, but you know, I'd like to see what kind of videos you'd like to see. Like, are you enjoying some of my other content? Do you think my voice or my visuals are kind of low quality? I get it. I'm not offended. It's fine. But you know, like, if you could help me find ways to improve, that's always appreciated. One way to let me know is, of course, commenting. I, you know, not to, you know, sound too pessimistic, but I don't have that much of an audience at the moment, so any comment you do write, I'm probably going to see. So if you got ways to, like, things for me to try out, or things you want to suggest, whether it be like video ideas, or challenge ideas, or just casual conversation, or ways to improve, you know, like, there's no harm. I'm not gonna, I don't know, I have a book. I guess you could like delete comments or something, but I guess it's only if it's really necessary, like a bot or something, right? I don't know. I'm, yeah, getting into YouTube because, like, I've always wanted to do it. Wanted to do it, I wanted to start it a few years ago, but didn't really have the confidence. And even now, I don't feel fully confident, which is why my voice and sometimes tempo is different than my regular voice. Because this isn't really my regular voice, in case you're wondering. So yeah, I'm not fully confident in myself, but I'm hoping to grow that confidence, so to speak. In terms of my main content though, it's not really challenge videos. I'm not really about this. This is just more for proving a point and having something like in the long term, you know. But when it comes to like my videos, I prefer talking about like the kind of like world building of Pokemon, so to speak. Like, I'm one of those people that likes to analyze things and see what it means for the world of Pokemon. And it's pretty fun, all things considered. Like, you get some pretty wild theories that, you know, other people wouldn't get access to. And all because Game Freak doesn't really think about their world too much, you know? They need, like, the anime or other media to really expand on it. But in terms of the games, yeah, I'm not going to really focus on the anime or the other media. It is primarily the games I'm going to be looking at, and just kind of being like, if I was in the world of Pokemon, what would it be like? You know, would I be able to eat only berries, or would I need to substitute that with like Pokemon meat? You know, things like that. And, you know, always just sharing ideas that other people haven't had feels good. If I do have an idea that other people have already made a video about, I'd like to apologise, but I am not fully aware of your theory or your ideas. And there's a good chance that our ideas like differ enough to the point where it's fine, you know. Ledisman! Go Timmy! And so, I may as well just talk a little bit more, why not? The Nintendo consoles I've grown up with are the N64, a lot of the handhelds, the Wii, Wii U, Switch, and pretty much all the handhelds. Yeah. For PlayStation, it's only been PS2. Alright, so, name for this guy. I'm thinking... now, this is gonna sound weird, right? We're thinking... Bruce. But not just the regular spelling. We're gonna spice it up. Because this is probably, like, going to be a lady that is going to be taking bruises and is a male. So, combined is Bruce. Not the best name, but I think it's fitting. Yeah, so for PlayStation, it's only been the PlayStation 2. And of course there's been PC games. So, if you have like a favourite series from one of those consoles, there's a good chance I've played it. Maybe I haven't. But I probably at least know of it, you know? Alright, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sacrifice Totodile so that Timmy can steal the kill. I mean, you saw like how we were struggling against Canopy before, and that's gonna be like the entire game. Like, even Bugsy's Kakuna is going to be enough of a threat, you know? I don't even know what we're gonna do about the rivals, Ghastly at the moment. I guess we'd have to go like Supersonic or Struggle. Ugh. But there's gonna be at least like somewhere where Ladian is useful, right? If I had to predict, I'd say... God. I think in my video I said Shark was like our best bet. But even that's not that good. I can't think of a good scenario where we're actually good. You know? Like... Maybe around Price or Claire. Price is gonna be hard. I think Price has like a Dugong with like rest, right? Which is... It's gonna be rough. But, you know, by then we should have like Baton Pass and can start setting up some combos. We don't have much until the post game to really like pass on. Because we get agility at like in the, I believe, around 50. So that's pretty much just for red. And Barrier is apparently an event only move for Ladybug. I did not think about that. I thought it would be fine. You know, barrier it up, get some defense going. Not much defense, but better than nothing. And I think Curse is also like post game. So our main stat that we can buff and pass on for the playthrough is going to be Double Team. I don't think there's anything else. More training, here we go. But you know, whether you got positive or negative feedback, I don't mind if you just tell me, you know. I can't focus on certain areas or improve in other areas if I don't know what's going on. Or like how you're reacting to it. Yeah, like, this is just such a grind that I don't even know what to talk about. And so, I guess like, maybe we'll end it soon. We probably won't get all of them to level 5 then. Maybe I do that off screen. But the reason why I chose kind of Ledisman as my kind of profile, you know, Ledisman, because I want to be like the underdog, you know. This is a bad Pokemon, but I love it. So it's basically like an underdog not strat, idea. Everybody loves a little guy, but I guess we'll find out. And also I like the kind of pun name I've got, you know. I think it's pretty clever, even if it's cringe, you know. But I think that's where we're gonna call it today. Thank you so much for watching. As I've stated throughout this video, if you'd like me to talk about literally anything, let it know in the comments below. See you later.